Hello, and thank you for tuning in. Today, we join Tom as he takes us through the phone he purchased to complete the 2-month digital minimalism challenge. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more content by Tom from Charlotte.
Hey everybody, I'm going to go through a quick overview of the phone that I picked to help me manage my electronic usage. And this one is definitely going to do it because you have to be really intentional in what you're doing due to its lack of functionality. Although I did pick it because it's not quite a dumb phone. I've heard people call it a clever phone. I don't know. On a scale of 0 to smartphone, this is probably a 2 or a 3, with a dumb kind of flip phone being a 0 or maybe a 1. So I picked the Nokia 6300 4G in the color white. It comes in white, a green color, and a gray color. It comes loaded out of the box with a bunch of really bad games, in addition to WhatsApp, Facebook, YouTube, and Google Maps, as well as a Google search engine. The industry calls this a feature phone. I don't know why, there's not a whole lot of features, but it's also kind of known as a candy bar phone because it looks like a candy bar. It has a smaller environmental footprint than a normal smartphone, and I'll go into that in a little bit. And I will say, I've been using this now for 5 days, and the battery has been amazing. It's probably a combination of things. A, I barely ever use it because there's nothing to do on it really except call people or text people. It doesn't have a whole lot of stuff that I want to do on it, so I'm not going to be using the battery. But I've also heard other people say that it has a really good battery even if they use it a lot. So I don't know, I've only been using it for 5 days, so we'll see how that goes. My plan is to upload a video here and there as the next 2 months pass, just to kind of give you an update as far as how things are going with it, how it is living with this thing, things I'm kind of noticing and stuff. So look forward to those. So right now, let's take a look at the actual dimensions and features of the phone. All right, so this phone is 5.17 inches tall. It's 2.09 inches wide, 0.54 inches deep. It weighs about 3.7 ounces, which is about half as much as my Pixel 6, which I'm replacing with this. The battery that I mentioned, it's a 1500 milliamp battery, which is about a third of the size of my Pixel. But obviously, again, you're not using it the same way, so you're not going to be going through the battery like you would. The operating platform that this runs off of is Snapdragon 210 or the Qualcomm 8909. It's the operating system is Kai or Kai OS. And again, the network speed is 4G. I picked this up from Nokia's website. I did see it for $1 or $2 cheaper here and there, like on Walmart's website or Target's website. But Nokia had an offer that if you signed up for their emails, you'd get a 10% coupon. So I did that, got the coupon, immediately removed myself from the email list. But I was able to get the phone for $63, free shipping. So with tax and everything, I think I'm into this whole project here for about $68. So that's not bad. I could actually buy about 8 or 9 of these phones for the price of my Pixel 6. And the Pixel 6 is like half the price of an iPhone if not less. I mean, you could literally buy 16 to 18 of these phones for the price of an iPhone. Obviously an iPhone is going to do a lot more for you, but I mean, this will kind of get you by if you don't have the money for that phone. So as far as the build quality, when I was talking about the environmental impact of this phone, everything is built out of plastic on the outside of this phone. From the clamshell back, the sides, the front, all the buttons, the screen cover. So Nokia has kind of laid out the percentage of this phone as far as what it's built out of. It's 49% plastic, 29% of the phone is just the battery, 12% of this is metal, 9% is ceramics, and then there's 1% of just kind of other stuff. So the plastics on it, they say that there's no PVC in it, there's no brominated or chlorinated compounds or antimony compounds, and from a quick little search, what I understand of that is when you're putting this on your face or using it in your hands and stuff, it's not gonna give you a rash or kind of affect your skin. So the screen itself is kind of taller than it is wide. It's a 2.4-inch screen. I mean, that's about it. So let's kind of take a look at what's inside the phone and what the experience of using the phone is like. All right, let's go through some of the features of the phone as you use it. Quickly though, on the outside, the power button is here on the top next to the 3.5mm jack for the headphones. On the back you have your VGA camera and light. On the outside, on the back, on the bottom, you have this exterior speaker, your charging port, as well as a little area here to use to get the back off to put your battery, SIMs, and expansion pack in. There's two ways of powering on the phone. Either you can hit the two bottom buttons, the star or the pound, or you can just hit the power button on the top. As you see, the number pad lights up nicely, as well as the buttons in this area. It is a little bit hard to see the numbers on the lit buttons in a sunny day, and the screen, if you're not looking at it correctly, can be kind of difficult to see as well, depending. So if we press the center button, it's going to bring us to all of the apps that are contained on the phone. I'll run through those quickly. There's call log, contacts, messages, Google search engine, Google Maps, WhatsApp, calendar, email, and the email, calendar, and contacts are all syncing to my Gmail account. It has the camera function, which you can also access the video functionality as well. There's a clock, which contains your timer, stopwatch, alarm clock. There's a video, gallery, weather app, your settings, an internet app. I'm not sure why you need that since you already have the Google search engine. The KaiOS store, which is where you can go to get more applications if you want to load those. A news feed, your FM radio, which only works if you have headphones plugged into the jack, I think because the wire acts as the antenna. You got file manager, notes, a calculator, a simple QR reader. I tried that out yesterday. It works. You just scan it and it brings you to the internet. Now, once you actually get to the internet, trying to read it on this little tiny screen is another thing, but the QR reader works. A unit converter, a recorder, memory cleaner, music, Snake, YouTube, and then along with Snake, you get a couple other not great games, but there you go, that's what you got. If we go back, we got to get to the main face of the phone. If you click on the top part of this main button in the center, it brings you to your quick options if you want to silence the phone or change if you want it to vibrate or not. Also your flashlight and your airplane mode and everything else. We hit back. Now if we hit down on that, it brings us to this option to put cards on the main page, and a card is kind of like a real quick tutorial on the functionality of the phone and how to use it. If we click to the right on here, it brings you to your contacts, and if you click on the left, it brings you to kind of a quick hit list of some of the apps that you may want to use. The camera, if we go into that, as you can see, it's kind of slow and not really responsive. So I'm gonna imagine if you're taking pictures with this, you're gonna get a lot of blurry shots. That's pretty much the functionality of the phone. So again, keep watching, and I will upload some more videos on the usability of this phone and kind of the issues I'm running into, or the things that I'm hearing or finding. So just to give a quick idea of how big this phone is, or I should say how small it is, I'm going to compare it now to my Pixel 6. So it's much skinnier, it's much shorter, it's about the same width. However, the Pixel 6 probably weighs about twice as much as it.
So that's the review of the Nokia 6300 4G. Make sure to subscribe to Tom from Charlotte to see upcoming videos on Tom's 2-month digital minimalism challenge. Will he be able to make it? Only time will tell.